and I won the daily four, and that happened from a dream. I had a dream that she said, you don't have to worry about anything else, just maintain my mortgage of $4,200. It played exactly that same way, 4200, and I ended up winning about $6,000 to $7,000 because I bought it in two different ways. So it was super exciting. I communicate with spirit very well and very fluid, and I ask them and I tell them, come to my dreams, show me where I need to buy, show me, how much I need to spend to win.
Welcome to Lottery Dreams and Fortune. I am excited to be joined here today with Yentl. She won a Daily 4 lottery game in 2020, I believe, after having a dream about it. So we're welcoming her for this short testimonial. Yentl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes here to tell us about your experience. I'm excited to hear about this. So this was in the United States, and what did you win, and how did it happen?
Yes, so I'm located in California, Los Angeles to be exact, and I won the Daily Four, and that happened from a dream. July 24th of 2020, I had a dream that my daughter's best friend mother wanted to let me just take over her home, and she said, you don't have to worry about anything else, just maintain my mortgage of $4,200. And I wasn't really into gambling. I didn't know anything about it. My sister was like, Yentl, you have to buy Daily Four. And I said, okay. So I bought it for 2 weeks in advance. I stopped for like about a week. I'm like, I haven't even won. Like, forget this mess. Then she was like, Yentl, you got to be consistent. And I said, okay. So I started buying it consistently about mid-August, and I didn't stop until October 6th. It played exactly that same way. 4200, and I ended up winning about $6,000 to $7,000 because I bought it in two different ways. So it was super exciting.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's awesome. So what was this dream about it? And you needed money for this mortgage. You needed this exact amount. What was this dream, and how did that play into this?
Well, before I even had that dream, I was already on a spiritual journey. I was pregnant at the time with my baby that's now turning 5 in August. And I just wanted a way out. COVID had just hit. I was working in sales, doing fantastic there, but I didn't want to be in sales anymore. I wanted to have my own business. So I started actually writing down 10 things that I'm grateful for every single night before I would retire. And I ended up having that dream. So at that moment, I really feel like looking back at it now, since I'm so spiritual, I feel that it was just literally my ancestors in spirit just helping me for a way out. So with me having that dream with those exact numbers, what I did is I utilized that money to start my credit repair business. So I started my credit repair business. I ended up getting all of my supplies, employees. Well, I had one employee at the time, and then I just built it from there. And nothing but good things happened to me ever since then. I actually ended up hitting six figures my first year in business as a credit repair expert. So I just love the journey that I'm on. And now, I'm actually a medium now. So I'm just on a beautiful spiritual journey ever since that win.
Wait a second. So you're a medium. So for people that don't understand, that means you're like a psychic type.
Yes. So a medium are spiritual people that communicate with the deceased. We communicate with them, and we are that medium in between, people on earth and people that are in heaven. So I communicate with them for clients, and I'm able to tell them what's going on, what they're wearing, or a lot of people don't even understand, like, how am I able to see what their relatives are wearing and how they communicated with them before.
Well, I want to ask a couple questions about that, but back to this lottery one, this dream that you had before you won, what exactly, you mentioned that you saw these numbers, so what exactly was this dream that inspired these numbers? What did you see or feel or sense? And
when I had this dream, what's so ironic about it is it happened on the 24th, which was the same numbers that was in the dream. So now looking back at it, because I'm into numerology and everything, it just really, really makes sense. But it was the fact that my daughter's best friend's mom was like, here is your mortgage. All you have to do is maintain it. It's 4200. 4200 is the mortgage for you to maintain. So now looking back at it, actually also another thing, 4-2. That in numerology that comes down breaks down to a six. I won on the 6th of October. So I just think like everything is just all in a beautiful alignment with spirit and God, you know? So it was just beautiful how everything played out.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you woke up from the dream, did you know that it was a message right away, or did you just think that this could just be your imagination?
Well, first at that time, I was thinking very like literal. I'm all like, is she really trying to like give up her home or something? Is she trying to move and she doesn't want her home? At that point, I was thinking very like literal. But again, now since I've grown so much spiritually and I look back at it, it was definitely a message. It was a message that, hey, we're opening up your roads for success, abundance, prosperity. We're bringing more things to you, Yentl. You know, that's how I looked at it now.
Hmm. And so you really believed that this was going to happen.
I knew something was going to happen. That was the bottom line. I knew something was going to happen because it had to. Why? Because I was meditating during my pregnancy. Like literally since February, I was on a spiritual journey. February of 2020. And then on top of that, like I said, I had my notebook and I was writing down ten things that I was grateful for every single day before I would go to bed, you know? So I knew something had to happen. And I was praying and meditating that something happened. And then I had that dream. So it just happened at the right time, you know, for me to have that dream. And what really paid off is being consistent, you know, no matter what, I just had faith that my numbers were going to play. I just had faith and I would just buy it in advance every single time. And I buy it every single time until it played. But another thing that was crazy is after I won, I didn't play anymore for like a year.
Did you have other dreams that came true prior to this lottery dream? Or is this kind of, do you think it was a result of the meditating and that sort of thing? What's your tip?
You know what? Yeah. So now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, hey, Yentl, you've always actually been very spiritual. You just never noticed it. Because when I was pregnant with my first daughter, that's now 13, I had picked some numbers arranged with my birthday in there, her birthday, and my ex-husband's birthday at the time. And I jumbled that up for Fantasy 5. And I actually had won 4 out of 5. So I ended up winning like 400 there, you know? And that was a small win, but it went a long way. It just shows how powerful I am and how much manifestations can go a very long way. And I've won other things too, way after now. I've been winning a lot now since my dream of in 2020.
What have you won?
So I had a dream in July of last year. I was on a spiritual journey. I was doing a lot of fasting and everything last year in July of 2024. And I ended up having a dream on a Friday that this exact scratcher, which is called the Ice Cool Scratcher in California, that I need to buy that. And I'm going to win $21,000. And I was going to bless my godmother with some of the money that I won because she's going through financial difficulty. I reached out to my mom and I told my mom about the dream, and she's like, "Yeah, your godmother is going through some financial difficulties." I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm going to win soon." So I just kept on. I just started buying ice cool scratchers, and what's crazy is the ice cool scratcher was actually almost getting ready to get it, to get expired out of the whatever you call it, out of the system, you know. So I just started looking for it everywhere I can because it was already like limited, you know. So I started looking for it everywhere and consistently just started playing it. And I won like 500 one day until like August, like about a month later, I ended up hitting $1,000 on the scratcher. So that was nice. But the scratcher is completely done now. So that dream hasn't manifested, but I've still been having a lot of small wins. I've also been having dreams my ancestors has given me. So I really believe in ancestors. You can see I keep mentioning ancestors a lot. I really believe in ancestors and God and the journey that I'm on. And I got a dream of 6 numbers twice. One was in February of last year. The other one was just recently, about 2 months ago. So I have 6 numbers that I play. One is for I use for Powerball, one is for Mega, and for Fantasy 5. So I play all of them, all the big games I play with those numbers that I have. So far in December, I did hit 4 out of 6, and I won about 400 and something dollars for the Powerball. So yeah, it's exciting.
That is exciting, and we see these big wins where sometimes people have dreamt about the numbers and then they've won major prizes. Like it does.
Yes, yes. And I truly believe that I'm going to hit all 6 one day. I'm a powerful and firm believer that it's going to happen. So I just keep manifesting, keep having faith, and I just, just let it go to the universe. Let the universe do its thing.
Yeah, I love that. What do you say to anyone that's watching this that might be skeptical or that is skeptical of manifesting or, being something beyond our physical bodies? Maybe they don't believe in God or universal energy, that sort of thing.
I would just tell them to be open minded and be optimistic because honestly, everything is spiritual. Us being here on earth is spiritual. The way we move, the way we walk, the people we meet, the synchronicities of numbers while we're driving, receipts, numbers that we keep seeing in a receipt. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is aligned with our true self and the highest version of ourselves. So I would just tell the people that don't really believe or still borderline not a believer or a believer to just be open minded and allow spirit and the universe to use you. And it's going to open up a beautiful path of success and wealth for you.
Yeah, I love that. And when you win, because in 2020, after you had the first dream about the lottery and you won 6 to 7 thousand on daily 4 lottery game, well, two questions. One is, what is it like to redeem that ticket? Do you have to go into the lottery office? Can you do that at a store in the state of California? How do you redeem it? And the second question is, after you had this dream about it and then this happened, was that really surreal or what were you thinking?
It was really surreal. Well, number one, so when I had to redeem the ticket, yeah, because out here in Los Angeles, in California, if you win anything over $599, you have to go to the office, right? I don't know how it is in other states, but in California, that's how it is here. So I had to go to Santa Fe, which is the closest one in LA, and I had to, show them my ticket. They was like, "Yeah, you won." Show them my ID and everything like that. Sign a little form, very quick. Takes less than 5 minutes to sign the form and everything. And then they mailed out my check. The check took about 6 weeks to come, or probably about 4 or 5 weeks to come into the mail. And it just felt beautiful. And then second question is like, I was breastfeeding my daughter at the time. I kept the ticket in like my wallet and it will stay in my purse. I never really looked at it because number one, like I said, I wasn't really into gambling at that time or big on manifestations heavy. So I just didn't really truly believe completely on a lottery ticket. So when I won, like I said, I was breastfeeding my daughter, and then it was like 10 p.m. It was like 3 hours after the number played, and I decided to look at my ticket. My baby was in my arm as I'm breastfeeding her, and then my oldest daughter was next to me, and I'm like, Savannah, mommy won. I still remember the feeling now, because that's what I use. That adrenaline is what I use to manifest and really, really just focus on, winning again. So I was like, we won, mommy, we won. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just hugged my daughter. I hugged my baby that I was nursing at the time. And I just put the ticket right back in my bag and just started investigating on how am I going to get this money. So it was a beautiful feeling, and I love the feeling, and I want to have more of that feeling more and more.
Amazing. And the game is called Daily 4. So did you match 4 numbers? Is that how that works?
Yep, daily 4. I match 4 numbers and in order. So sometimes, like for instance, so my numbers was 4200, right? If you would have bought it as 2040, you would have won something, but not a bigger amount as I did. So I bought it as 4200. Plus I bought 4200 straight, and I bought 4200 straight box. So I won 2 ways. Yeah. And because I had the dream on the 24th of July, I also was buying 2400, but it didn't play that way, so I didn't win anything on that one.
And you mentioned that when you're discussing the feeling, recalling the feeling of winning, that you use that to purposefully, intentionally to try and manifest another win. So were you feeling this before it happened, or do you mean that you're using the feeling of winning the first time to win another time?
Correct. I was using the feeling of winning the very first time. And that's what I use now moving forward whenever I want to meditate or manifest wins.
Oh, so you were imagining what it was like to win before you actually won.
Yes, I was doing that too, but I didn't really have much of a feeling to go off of. And like I said at that time, because I wasn't so spiritually inclined, I didn't really know how to really like feel that moment without actually physically feeling it in real time. But I tried my best and it happened. But one thing I do want to mention is I feel that the fact that I didn't really force or focus so much on the win is why I won. And I know, like, I just focused on it's going to happen. I just let it go into the universe and I didn't really worry about the how and the when. So that's something really huge that I wanted to bring up because that's really important because sometimes people hold on to their dreams and their manifestations too tight that spirit can't even get in and let you in. They can't open it because you're just holding on it too tight. So that's something really huge that's a big takeaway that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, a lot of people that are into manifestation really swear by the letting go. So, about it not being what you desire as much as what you
Correct.
feel, and then just letting
Yes,
it
you have
go.
to. Yeah. You got to trust the universe and let the universe do its thing. You have to. And then what I would say also for people that maybe haven't really won yet is to just picture yourself winning. Just picture yourself already there. Picture it happening and use that, as MO for you to just continue manifesting and meditating on the big win that happened.
And do you use affirmations or do you write things down?
Oh my gosh. Yes. My biggest beautiful affirmation. I have two. I have to share both of them. The first one is my beautiful Bob Proctor that has passed away. He's a beautiful mentor. I was actually in his mentorship program. And it is, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And the other one is beautiful Abraham Hicks. I attend a lot of her web seminars. Everything is always working out for me. I say that and I post it on my social media all the time. And I just love it.
Yes. Yeah, very, very
Hmm.
positive. And yeah, rest in peace, Bob Proctor. That was the first person you mentioned.
Yes, yes. So beautiful soul.
For anyone watching or listening to this, what is your best advice to manifest a jackpot such as the Daily Four?
The first thing I would say is to trust and have faith. Trust that spirit or whatever it is that you believe in is going to return this beautiful blessing and fortune to you. Okay. The other thing that I would mention is to manifest, and meditate. Meditate daily on gratitude because gratitude is the true, layer to success and prosperity into your life. The other thing is just grounding your energy too. Sometimes we can be so highly like elevated where the numbers are not going to touch the earth because we meditate so much, we're fasting and all of that. So I would definitely recommend to ground your energy. Go to a park, do some Reiki, and really just ground your energy and your numbers that you're meditating on into this earth so you can win big. And just trust that it's going to happen. Trust is going to happen. Oh, another thing that I did too is I get my numbers and I edit the tickets with my numbers on it, with the date on it, if that makes sense. So yeah, so like the Fantasy Five is something I've really been focusing on now recently. So the numbers that I had a dream of, I edited it on that.
When you say you edit it, you're imagining your numbers on there as the winning numbers, or you're physically putting them in there.
Right. So what I mean to say is, okay, so when the numbers play and you see the someone won on when you go online or on the app, what I do is I just screenshot it and then I edit my numbers that I actually buy. I edit my numbers on there whenever there's a win. So I can just meditate and see like, hey, my numbers are gonna play, and I put a date on it too, right? It's just always good to have a date on it. So I put a date on it and I just meditate on that. I have that and then I print it out and then I put it on my wall, my manifestation wall.
Well, I love it. Well, hopefully we will see you back here for the next win.
Ooh, you will. You definitely will. The thing is, we don't know when, right? We never know when, but we know what's going to happen. And I trust that I will see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. And Yentl, I really appreciate you taking the time here today.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah, so is there anything else that you want to say about your win in 2020 or anything really that either I don't know enough to ask or that you just want to say?
I don't really have anything else to say. We covered a lot. I would just say again for everyone to just please trust that it's going to happen. Don't overthink. And I think a big problem for me that I had before is I would be so quick to always look at my tickets as soon as the numbers come in. As soon as we know the time is going to play our numbers, I'm quick to look at it and check the app. I don't do that anymore. I just trust that it's already done. I just keep track with the reminder on when my tickets are going to expire, of course, so I can make sure I rebuy it if I need to. But other than that, I don't check it daily or every minute. Like it just, because it'll drive you crazy. Just trust that it's already done and it's already happened and it will.
Amazing. I love it. And I would just want to add a couple things. One is to, of course, I have to say this, but it's true. Play responsibly. Never spend more than you can afford to lose. But it's absolutely possible.
Yes, that's so important. I hear you talk about that a lot on your channel. Also, Mark Hawden talks about that too. So really huge. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Don't do it.
So you mentioned at the beginning that you're a psychic medium, and I can't let this slip because you can't drop a bomb like that and then not ask a follow-up question. So how does that play into your life, and what do you see? Does that have any sort of relationship to the winning the lottery? Are you seeing any spirits that are talking about that?
Yes, 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 because it's my spirit team. It's the beautiful spiritual journey that I'm on that brings the numbers to me in my dreams. I have a lot of vivid dreams. My daughter as well had a dream that I won the Mega Millions, and she said I won twice, like right after, back to back. So it's really huge, me being a psychic medium, because I communicate with spirit very well and very fluid. And I ask them and I tell them, come to my dreams, show me where I need to buy, show me, how much I need to spend to win, bring me some new numbers. If I need some new numbers, if maybe I need to refresh, the numbers I'm buying, come to me in my dreams, ancestors, and show me the numbers that I need to buy. And they listen to me, So yeah, I have a beautiful relationship with spirit. And I just love the spiritual journey that I'm on.
I love it. Well, we definitely want to host you again, Yentl. So I really appreciate your time, and I wish you
Thank you
so much luck and abundance. Although I don't know if you need it, but I do wish that for you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you for having me. Such a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, blessings to you. I really appreciate it.
I hit $125,000. Right before it happened, I just visualized the jackpot win. Closed my eyes and pictured it happening. I have had dreams that I've won. But I wasn't shocked at all because I just had played it through my mind. Anything's possible. We can create anything we want.